We've got another Oscar Best Picture winner from the 1940s here. It felt like a good idea to get back into our run-through of every film that's won the coveted award, since a new one will be added to the list in just a couple of weeks. Probably something that's still not even been released here in the UK, but I'm not bitter about it. Anyway, if you love Sister Act, you're in for a real treat, because this is basically the male version of that, except that Bing Crosby is an actual priest instead of pretending to be one because he's on the run from the mafia. Okay, so it's not totally Sister Act, but it is about him coming into the church in a dodgy neighbourhood and starting a choir with the kids, singing some iconic songs and dealing with the troublesome, older, more traditional leader of the church that he eventually befriends. Going My Way is pretty quiet. As with a lot of Best Picture winners, it doesn't feel the need to be overly flashy. It relies on the solid character work of the two leads and the fairly heartwarming nature of Bing managing to turn this place around, primarily through forming this children's choir out of a group of troublesome boys. That does happen really quickly. There really isn't too much backsliding or anything after he gets his hands on them and convinces them to give up much of their, turkey stealing crime. They're this group of 10-year-olds that robbed a bunch of turkeys from a delivery van and then gave one to the church, which Barry Fitzgerald was all too happy to receive. And then the scene where Bing reveals to him that the turkey came from there, that's one of the most brilliant in the film. That style of comedy makes a surprising number of appearances throughout. Barry Fitzgerald is often quick to praise the people of the community before Bing reveals they may not be all that great, Also, the scene where Bing teaches him how to golf after Barry thought it was far too leisurely an activity for priests. It's just brilliant. There's a lot of charm about this film, to the degree that you'd be surprised to see something with a similar tone win so many Oscars today. But anyway, here is my 1-minute review for Going My Way. I think, looking at other reviews, that there is a problem people have with overly romanticising the times when the Catholic Church was held in such high esteem, because the downfall of that is very much their own doing, so you shouldn't feel sorry for them, for not being as grand and mighty as they once were. Everyone was a lot more restricted, you couldn't be gay. It doesn't matter. We'll not get into that, okay? The film itself, I really enjoy it, and I could definitely watch it again, and that's more than I could say for other Best Picture winners that I still really liked from around this time. A lot of them do feel much drearier. And as such, while thinking they're good, you don't necessarily want to watch them again. I could easily watch this again. It's a lot of fun to watch. Which is not what I expected about a film that won Best Picture about priests. I'd say that there's a lot about this film that's speaking loudly saying it's great without ever screaming that it's amazing. So I'm giving Father Act, priest shenanigans. I'm giving it 80 out of 100. Anybody else feel like we've been going through this list of the Best Picture winners for a long time now, and yet we're not even vaguely close to halfway yet? That is all for this one, folks. You can check out lots already of other Best Picture winner 1-minute reviews in the channel elsewhere. We've done like 20, but there is like 90. It's going to take a long time, a very long time to get through these.